Chaotic Apex. This is a discussion video I was telling I was gonna make, and I finally had the time and felt like doing it. I usually have a creation here, but like I said, discussion video. So, I don't know if you ever see this creation specifically again down the line, but I wanted to do this because Breakout Beast, and I wanted to like have relevance with this. So, just take a look if you can. I don't know if I'm gonna make anything like this again. I'm not gonna really go into detail with it. I just wanted y'all to have something like to look at. Alright, so first things first. As of right now, I haven't seen anything new or any information dealing with anything new popping up for Breakout Beast. Amazing Constructs, haven't seen like the images of Series 7, haven't seen them releasing other things they haven't released yet, so I don't know what's going on here. So first thing first for the discussion of Breakout Beast. Is it a dying line? I don't believe so, and I think they still got pretty much a lot to use in coverage, so I don't think it's died off. Now, while Crystal Creatures has died off, technically, I feel like Crystal Creatures would still count as part of Breakout Beast anyway, and, the first reason for Crystal Creatures, now we're seeing all the pieces that we had Crystal Creatures starting to slowly transfer to Breakout Beast is because, technically they were trying to pretty much feminize Breakout Beast, even though Breakout Beast technically was never straight up just a male figuration. Because, that's like, oh, they would have to make a female version of Halo. But that's not really gender-based. So, you have that coming on up in there. But, I'm pretty sure we're going to have a lot of Crystal Creature pieces, also more pieces, introduce Breakout Beast in general and pop in there. So, really, I feel like Crystal Creatures was part of Breakout Beast anyway. So even if that line died, technically it's still just a sub-line of Breakout Beast, kind of like the Spitters. Anyway, so I don't think Breakout Beast is dying, especially since they look like they were slowly expanding. And I feel like there's a lot for them to expand on, for them to put effort in to do, and a lot of pieces for them to do and ideas for them to use, especially seeing how technically Breakout Beast is technically the reversion of Plasma Dragons, and we've seen how that line of the Plasma first expanded and how many things happened there. You were one of the people who got things from there back there with the Knights, the Orcs, all that. So there's a lot of things for them to introduce with that, especially since this being the new era version of that. And technically, it doesn't have to, Breakout Beast can also include smaller minifigures and all sorts of things like that. And technically, we can reuse pieces that we already got and all that. So we can technically get human space aliens, maybe use pieces from the elites and make them called beast tamers or something, or beast hunters or something. You get pieces like the brutes, elites, and humans, and you change up armor, different colorations, and you make it look different. You can use even pieces like that, and maybe just even get small molds or something like that. So that's one thing I have to say about that. Now, the thing is this: do I think Series 3 is coming out the road? Well, I don't know. I know I'm very confident that Season 3 will pop up, but I don't know if that's going to be the instance in the next thing, because they could be holding out on this and whatnot. And before they might be working on something big. So right now, before I go into discussion ideas and creatures, I think first off, what things we're gonna pop up next. Like I said, I haven't seen the images or anything released. So right now, currently, what I think they'll probably do, if we don't get Series 3 right away, we're probably gonna get the offsets first. So one thing is, we do know that they'll probably go ahead and release. If they want to hold off on Series 3, they'll probably full on release Spitter Series 2. So we already seen images of that, and technically that's supposed to be released with Series 6, and they didn't do that, so we have that to look forward to. So that's 6 Spitters. We literally have the battle set where it's Fang, a Beast versus Spitters, 3 Spitters. So they have that set, so that's already a wave of Spitter, a sub wave, and then a pack of things that we have. So that's technically already 10 figures out there for us to play around with, technically for us to get. Because, I'm pretty sure those 2 are not canceled, especially if Breakout Beast still going. Those are 2 things that are supposed to be in our graces and whatnot. Now, for all I know, pieces may be rearranged to the Fang Frost because, Breakout Beast, a lot of the time they give you the image picture and then they change around what pieces you have later. So, for all I know, Fang Frost, he might end up getting the Wyvern body, the Game of Thrones dragon body, and he'll look different body-wise, but otherwise he'll be the same. I don't know. There's no telling. And then, so I believe, so that's already 2 technically groups of Breakout Beasts that I do think we will be getting. And then we have the other two sets for a question mark. So I'm going to go with the one that we actually have images for. The flipping Dragon 2 pack. That may be canceled, or we may still be getting that. Because, maybe that can be like the pack series. Because, technically this would be like a second wave of what, Skull Glazer was. And now y'all heard how my ideas are, we can technically reuse the eggs, and just be like different elements, Like how we can definitely get like, a fusion beast and egg, whatnot, where it's just, I'll put that for the idea list instead of thing. But, like I'm saying, like how, you have like different elements, so, it can be acid and earth, or poison and water, you know what I'm saying? Like something like that. Black and shadow, light and shadow, and light and darkness. You know what I'm saying, like that. Like they can have all series of that. But so with the Dragon Pack, I feel like they can further that, especially. But though it's supposed to be like another callback one, and that might be why they pulled it back. But they might show that, especially since that can hold us over, and that's reused pieces. So I do believe that'll put up there. Now for the Beast Lair, there's a lot of things on that, so I don't want to go in there. So we don't have images of that, but we do have like the full-on cutscene, all that, and y'all have already heard me say multiple times, like bigger egg, 5 beasts, skull, bone armor pieces to put into a skull, 2 slime colors, yada yada yada. One of the beasts supposed to be extra large, and then you got all that. Now, while the beast part and all that, I don't really feel like there's a problem. I feel like I said, I think it all comes out to design the egg for the pieces, though they could just change it and refit it. So like I said, they could like cancel that, and then they turn around and re-edit it. You know what I'm saying? So Beast Lair might still pop up, but it'll probably be different. The main thing I really will focus on with the whole body thing, because really, in retrospect, the beast will just be much larger. So we can get technically a larger body. But y'all already know my opinion on that, and the reason why, and then the reason I already said, because we literally got these type of eggs, and the fact that these eggs can literally hold 2 beasts, and depending on how you do it, weapons, I'm pretty sure a larger body with minimal pieces can fit in that egg. And then, them being introduced in like a layer wave can happen too. That, or, the larger beast is just them using, like, having all these pieces like this. Because, that's larger than the standard beast, and that's the way it is. It could be just that. So it can just be a beast with a bunch of pieces. I don't really care right now. I haven't seen images for it. I'm just telling you what it is, and there's not really enough to go off with that. But, if they're holding this off for Series 7, and brand new, they'll probably just flush stuff that they've been showing us that we supposed to have been had, and we may see. So, that's a set. Those may hold us off and whatever. Maybe they'll actually, like I said, some of these images, they get different pieces. So, like, Fang Frost might look different. You might get the Wyvern body. Maybe the Dragon's pack, maybe they change it to different colors or something. Or maybe they make it where, like, the neck and piece are different. Sometimes they change what they do in the images. Like how Golden Thud has the reptilian legs, but his image literally shows wolf legs. We've seen many things that false advertised for that. So you have that to do. And so, I guess I'm going to go back to the wave. So, one, we already seen that, technically, Wave 6 had no new head mode, and we all can have assumptions of that, or whatever. It can probably be them equalizing what they did for Series 2, because Series 2, they literally gave us 2 new head modes, and then, they probably just can equalize it. Or, they just wanted to introduce the fact that the weapons were still a gimmick, even though we still got a new creature head mode, and then, so they just wanted to focus more on the gimmick exactly for Series 6. And then the fact that, we seen that they introduced like all joint pieces, all things you can do. You could focus more on that. It doesn't really matter because, like I said, the beasts can have the pieces. So, not like we have to get a new head sculpt and mode every wave. But, that's from to keep it as our idealist or whatever. Because there's still plenty of things they can do for future creations and teams, right? And hold up, I need to pause. I gotta get some water. Sorry about that. I need my water. Oh, need a little amount I have with me. Anyway, so you have that. And what was I? Oh yeah, the pieces. So and to be honest, like a lot of transition pieces in there. So we got pieces that we transfer. We got pieces from other ways we transfer, and you got the fact that a lot of pieces, even unique pieces, will eventually get transferred over. So one thing I want to focus on is what's not instantly go to like new creatures, like like new head mode type creatures. Because technically, even though we got all the same head modes, different head modes, technically I can make any creature. I can use the shark and legit make a dragon. I can legit turn the wolf into a zombie. I can do that. You know what I'm saying? They can, like, not all the dragon heads are dragons. They're just beasts. It's Breakout beast. You can make all sorts of monsters. Or beasts, technically. The spitters are more the monsters. Anyway, so one, I want to say more of pieces being in new pieces that wasn't in the Breakout Beast line itself. In Series 7 and all that versus new pieces for the make. And I'm saying this because we are getting transition of crystal creature pieces, and I think there's still a good chunk for us to get from them. Because one, the horse body they got is still different from ours, from what I've seen. So one, that's still a body that we don't have for them to use. I think there's still one neck that we don't have. Yeah, we don't have the long fur neck, so that's another piece we can get. Also, I think one of the not the front legs, but like the feline legs that's in crystal creatures, from my knowledge, that's another leg piece for us to get, and it can really work because not only do we get like another short front leg thing that's like kind of short and this bigger than wolf leg, it's another ball joint foot, so we legit would have 3 joint things, so we can legit switch this for hooves or the cat paws to these. So that's another thing with that. There's plenty of other pieces that I think we can legit use for all stuff. So that's another interesting thing that we can get from crystal creatures for pieces to be transferred. So it's not like there's new pieces. There's other armaments, like we do remember how they had like different horns armament, and since we got the stallion and the shark, there's horns and stuff like that like crests that we can put on them to use. Another thing is there's a tail piece. I think there's 2 tail pieces, but I can only remember one that we don't have. There's another branch of horns that we don't have. And that is the feather tail piece, which I think will be cool because then we have another like tail piece without joints, and it's like legit about this big. I think this. Hold up. My brother's doing madness. Anyway, get some more water. Here we go. Anyway, and so that's a new tail piece. I think it would be cool. Like there's a lot of the crest crease pieces that would be cool, especially since paint adds in detail changes the whole aesthetic of it. And then so like that's our pieces that we can get that that won't have to be like brand new pieces, and it'll count as new. Because like I said, Series 6 there was literally no new molds at all, but it was technically counted as new pieces. You know what I'm saying? It was kind of cool how to reaching the pieces. You know what I'm saying? Like, not every wave has to legit be brand new molds. Like, they'll get bankrupt at that point. And look at Halo and other sets, sets y'all get, if y'all get any. The humans from Call of Duty, the humans from Halo and all that. It's legit just them repainted or different fortunes of armor. Like, literally, we enjoyed ourselves for that. Like, full on. So, you got that. You don't have the new pieces and molds. And this is why I'm bringing more, because there's still pieces that we can get from crystal creatures. There's probably still some other pieces that we can get from other waves and creatures and creations that we can use for this wave and whatnot. So I'll briefly go over that pieces itself before I go exactly to like new head molds. So that's another thing. So I don't know what the bug things are called from Halo, but the figures with the little bug wings, the little drone bug people, I think we can see that the little butterfly, dragonfly wings in this way, because you already got the little dragon wings, right? Little dragon ones that we've seen spitters, so we can just see that legit used in here, especially to make more like bugger beast. So I do expect to see the dragonfly wings eventually brought in. And then possibly we can probably see tiny little tail pieces to fit in ball joints for here too, just for little tendril effects, Like I said, there's a lot of pieces that we can use from other series that be put in here just for like accessory pieces. So you got that. What else? I'm trying to think. But yeah, oh yeah, and then you already know we got spitters, and we literally with wave 2, and when we already have the spitters that we have, there's still pieces that the spitters have introduced that we do not have at all in the main beast series. You know what I'm saying? So while the T-Rex hands we have first and we put them to that series, we don't have the little fin, the small fin arms, the little tiny tentacles, the tiny little hooves, the tiny little foot legs, and sorry for noise in the background. And in the next wave of the sea spirits, we see little bug claws. You know what I'm saying? Little bug legs. Okay. That literally can also be introduced in the main wave. Like, quite literally. The beasts can all be sorted out. So, all the beasts are not equal pieces. So we can legit have beasts with different pieces and joints from the spitter wave and all that entered into the main wave too. We got that. And now that I gave y'all examples for different beasts and from different pieces to be reused and all that, this can help with me with my new head modes for like teen creatures. And I said teen creatures, technically the horse has its teen stallion, the wolves, werewolf, the dragon, dragons, ice blades are still dragons, gorgons for the boulder like heads or whatever, the griffin team and all that. Right? Okay. So, y'all already know how I said Team Vampire and all that. Y'all probably remember though. The last time I said it was probably actually last year. So it's actually been a year. So one, we got Team Vampire. Just to rehash. Like I said, right now I'm gonna use head modes that really do not need any. That all the pieces we got can full on work for any creature for it. So one, bat head mode can be Team Vampire, can be Team Ghoul. Because let's be honest, there's a lot of like vampire-esque monsters or vampire monsters that fit in there. Because like zombies can have time be under vampires or a branch of vampires. Ghouls can be the same way. You know what I'm saying? So technically you can have the bat head and you can legit get a vampire creature if you want to call it Team Vampire. Have the vampire creature, the ghoul, the flipping zombie. You can do all that. Painting and all that. And like since the bat creature, there's a lot you can go off with that. All pieces we have can full on go with it, and there's plenty like bat beasts and bat monsters that work with it. You know what I'm saying? So it can all go here. You can have, and then you can have the base line for it. There's really minimal thing like the Team Werewolf. Okay, let's be honest. There's only technically 3 werewolves because I think the werewolves in this count are wicked wolves. And last time I checked, I think there's only 4. No, I think it's only 4. It's only 4 because it's Ironclaw, Vial, Repulsor, I think. No, not Repulsor. Thunder Roar and his purple counterpart. That's all I'm gonna say. Can't remember all these flipping names. Anyway, so that's 4 technically wicked wolves compared to like what? There's like 9 wolves. All right. Because you're a team in don't mean you have to be automatically under that team. Be a creature. Like look at Tempest. Tempest is straight up supposed to be a dragon. I mean, he's going to be a Gorgon. I mean, he's still going to be a Gorgon, but, he's technically registered as a dragon. Okay. So, I guess your Team Vampire don't mean the bat head makes the vampire. And then you got the fact that technically you can have vampire counterparts to any of the monsters, theoretically. So, you can have a vampire dragon or a dragon vampire. You know what I'm saying? So, the pieces we have can literally work with the bat head, and you can get bat beast creatures. Alright. And then, Team Vampire, if people still interested in things of like the younger generation still know a thing about werewolves versus vampires, oh look, we have dragons with griffin, we have vampires with werewolves. You can do that. Or possibly you can just have them fight something else, I guess. It'd be up to whatever they want to do. Plus, that's another creature we have to name. And that's another mammal type. Then we have let's see. Another one. So this is one I was thinking of because like I said, we got like reptiles, we got mammals, but technically we only got one bird beast, and that's the griffin team. Okay. So I have 2 bird-esque creatures, 2 avians. Is that the Breakout or aliens? Alright. So the first one is an owlbear. Team owlbears. There's only one image of them fighting the griffin. But that's technically a bear mammal monster. Okay. I hope y'all know what owlbears are. If y'all don't, basic form of them, just imagine a bear body, maybe a couple of feathers and quills on like the arms, and like an owl head. And they may have quills like feathers on for the tail piece. Like the tail. Alright, there you go. So one owlbears, we can have owlbears, which technically the only new piece will be the head itself, because technically any piece we have can count as a bear or whatnot with paint and all that. You know what I'm saying? And with the owl head, you can legit get an owl monster. Different owl monsters. Literally, like, there's technically two creatures, or three beasts of Breakout beasts are not griffins. Though Rivenbeak, he's a hippogriff that's technically a hybrid, so, he can fit in the category. But, Glemars, there's a lot of things Glemars can be. And, Bellfire can be a fire eagle or a phoenix, you choose. Even though phoenixes are sunbirds, technically, but, this is imagination. And everything is in the stereotypical way. Anyway. So, you got that. And then, you can do, the main owlbear aesthetic, and you can have so many forms that competes with the griffins. And, literally, you can have one where it's, pretty much, get Iron Claws, imagine Iron Claw, and literally, just switch the head out, and just give it a feather neck, and then an owl head. And then, or you can have one where it's legit like Griff Force, give it an owl head, maybe change the tail. And then, different colors, right? Anyway, so you have that. Like I said, you can use any pieces for that. The other head mode I was thinking could be Team Rock or Roxas. I don't know if I'm pronouncing the name of it, but pretty much it's like a predatory bird centered under vulture. So technically I'm getting the vulture head. Now, which this also works for me because one of the Battlemorph beasts from the Platinumverse was a vulture creature, which another reason why I was thinking vampire could work because since vampire can become ghoul and zombie real quick, and Platinum Creeps legit had those creatures. A lot of things work. Sometimes it's creatures that they can do because they have already done it, and they'll just retool pieces and models, which is why another reason why I did vampires because we got Gorgons and wolves. And hold up, I gotta get more water. Alright, got new water. There we go. Anyway. So, a lot of chemical creatures I'm using for different reasonings and ideas and other creatures because, they've done it, so it's possible for them to do it again because, like I said, Breakup is a remembrance and retool. Like how majority of the names is literally taken from older creatures. Anyway. So, the vulture head rocks. It's pretty much a giant predatory bird. And technically, I looked up harpy monsters. Vulture monsters. And really, there's not that much. You got the rock, which is not always a harpy. It's sometimes a raven. And then you got harpies, which, is mainly a more humanoid form monster. So, that didn't really work. And then you got, you have one creature, which I'm not sure what it was, but pretty much it looked like it had more like a griffin-esque body, but without wings, so kind of like, so I forgot what the species of creature that's part of griffin that has no wings. Pretty much like that, but like I said, it's a vulture monster, so, that can really work with any body piece too, right? You can legit have, the early majority of them used between the belt, the wings that Bellfire use. You have mean ways to use for vulture monster. You can legit use them to be similar to the griffin pieces. You know what I'm saying? That head mode can do anything, and it's free game. So that's a vulture. That's two other bird creatures to use. You know what I'm saying? Who knows? Series 7 for Breakout Beasts can literally be all brand new beasts. All new pieces. You get all the old pieces, but it's like a whole new set of beast head modes. Meaning almost all the creatures previous, none of the head modes are in there. and then it's just like, okay, then they just cycle back with that, which I mean could happen, maybe not. No telling. It could happen, it may not happen. We might not even get a new head mold for it. Who knows? They might do that. Like literally, they gave us 2 head molds for Series 2. They can probably spam new pieces for a new head mold, and then next Series 8, there's literally no new pieces, but they spread out and keep matching the heads. So Gorgol's in the next wave, but because certain creatures not gonna be in each wave. All right, that's it. I just want to go over like I said, I feel like we could get a bear monster. But that's just there. The same thing with like a boar monster. We could do that. Yada yada yada. May or may not have that. Or elephant monster, same thing. Though I feel like for a boar monster, elephant monster, you can legit the holes will be near the face to get like tusks. But I'm just throwing that idea out there. There's not like something serious problematic. Now. Next creature, I guess, is going to be more like a serpent, like a reptile. It's going to be Team Serpent. Let's be honest. One, there's plenty of flipping snake or serpent monsters out there. Heck, dragons is legit one of them. We legit, like I said, this is more of a fact that, yes, we legit have had serpent monsters before. This is legit more of the fact that we've done this before, and we can do it again. So like the snake monsters that we literally have way back then, they have done is the 5-headed Hydra, which literally is just cobra heads, the sea serpent, the Lammerk beast, which is pretty much a snake giraffe creature. And pretty much what I'm just gonna call the Loch Ness Monster. Like, okay, there, all you gotta do is do like a snake head, and you can put it with pretty much anything. Just beyond plenty serpent or snake monsters. There you go. Don't have to put too much effort, and plus we have serpent form. Let's see. Now this one. Alright, team machine or robot or whatever. Okay. Now, beforehand, I know I mentioned the robots, but I felt like it was like half A or whatever. But then again, I thought about it in recent developments and all this. Yes, we can straight up get robot beasts or whatever. And my thing here, and before y'all say, what you talk, but that's madness, hear me out. Gotta go for capacity. So one, let's go for the reason. The one, we literally, like I said way before, we legit already have, they've legit done robots, plenty of robots in multiple sets, even in the Plasmaverse. We look like current robots, machines, weaponry, Terminator. I guess Prometheans, I don't know if that count. In like Cyclops sets and all that. Okay, then like for the past, if we ignore Halo or as a weaponry stuff, Plasma Tech, which then evolved to Neo Shifters, which, yeah, if I knew Neo Shifters was part of the Plasmaverse and whatnot, because I'm not gonna lie, I was a kid that liked to keep everything separate into their own categories. So there had to be some constellation of comparison of them. Like, I barely let the Pineapples fight the dragons, but I may let them fight the Lego people.